Hey everyone, so this video is going to be a bronzer collection video. Hits and misses, best favorites, least favorites, something like that. Because I have a range of them, like a lot of them from drugstore to high-end, creams, powders, ones that are going to work better in the summer and then better in the winter. I don't know, I like to bronze all the time. I don't do much of a contour. I kind of just like to always look sun-kissed, even when it's cold outside and I'm pale, even if it's just like something to bring warmth to my face so that I just don't look so dead. So I'm just gonna run through all the ones I have pretty quickly and tell you which ones are my favorites and like my least favorites and stuff like that. I'll start with this pretty popular one. It's the NYC New York Color Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. To be honest, I don't reach for this one very much. That's what it looks like. It's more red toned. I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself. This one is more red toned, and so I am more red in the summer, but I'm also darker. So this one kind of works as like a face powder when I get a tan. But it's a nice drugstore alternative. That's what it looks like there. You can't really see that. I don't think you could see a swatch of it. You can kind of see it there. So it'll work like in the beginning of the summer, like the end of the spring, when I have a little bit of color but not too much. But I don't mind it. It's very inexpensive. It's more red based, so if you're like extremely yellow, you might want to be really careful when you're blending this one, when you're using this one, to make sure you blend it out pretty well and don't use a lot of it. But it's a little chalky, so I don't know if you can see it. That was probably pointless. So the next one I have is the Physicians Formula Healthy Wear SPF 50 bronzer in the color tan, which I believe is the darkest color they carry. Once again, it's going to be something that I wear mostly when it's warmer outside, when it's cooler outside. So that's what that looks like, and you can't really see that one either. It kind of works like a face powder when I get a tan, but when I am paler, this one is really natural looking. It blends really well. It has SPF in it, which I'm pretty sure there aren't very many bronzers that do. The only thing is that Physicians Formula, I believe, it's kind of expensive to me for a drugstore. I got this when it was like 75% off, but most of the time this is probably going to run you about $12 or $13. And that's the deepest color that they carry. And I have another NYC. I have a lot of NYC bronzers, but this is the Mosaic Face Powder Wheel in Gold All Over Bronze Glow. So basically it's just a combination of some bronze shades that you can just swirl around, and I guess you get a more natural appearance because it's not just one shade. And then it might be a little difficult to pick out one specific color, but it is a little bit more natural. It's very inexpensive also. This one is a little bit deeper, if you can see that there, but it's still probably not going to swatch. You can see it right there. So this one's a little bit darker, so I can use this one when it's when I have a little bit more color to me. Very inexpensive. It's a real natural soft powder also. And so the next one I have is the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzing Cream in St. Lucia. So this one looks like that. So cream bronzers aren't, I don't know, they're a little, I guess people are afraid of them, but to me they are pretty simple to use and they look even more natural. But that is a swatch of the e.l.f. one. And then that's a swatch of it on my hand there. So it has like a rose undertone to it. I hope you can see that. So I could probably use this as like more of a, sorry, I'm blinding you. I could probably use this as more of a blush bronzer type thing, like something that I would put kind of like in the middle of my cheeks there. And I would probably use both of these together, but I like the cream. It blends really nicely and it sets and it looks pretty natural. So that's something there you can use just like every day if you just want to do a quick 5-minute face and then out of the door. So the next one I have is actually a limited edition, I'm pretty sure, but it's the Maybelline Dream Bouncy Bronzer, and this is in the color Sun Glow. So the Dream Bouncy blushes have this weird mousse texture to them, but they feel really, really amazing. That's a swatch of it there. And they're a little bit easier to work than a cream. because they kind of have more of a powder consistency to them. That's it right there. So this one's like super red, which I would need to be using now because I'm really red and clay looking. But I really like that one. It blends super easy, sets to kind of a powder, and then it just looks extremely natural also. And these are really soft. The next one I have is NYX's Copper blush, which is a all-time favorite blush of mine. It's a gorgeous copper color, yeah. And I kind of use this on the top parts of my cheeks up here because it's more of a, during this time of the year, it's more of a highlight. But in the winter, it's a really gorgeous bronze color. But I think a lot of people could wear that because you can still see that sheen there, and it would just like, it would be a really natural highlight when you, when it catches the light nicely. The next one I have is the Balm's Bahama Mama bronzer, which this one is one of my favorite ones to use in the winter because it's a cooler bronzer, which I feel like most of them are more warm toned, the ones I have. But it's a really soft powder and it has more of a gray undertone to it. So it's nice to use in the winter when you don't want to look super red and orange. You can see that one there. So I like using this one in super cute packaging. Okay, and the next one I have is Tarte's Park Avenue Princess Mineral Bronzer. This is like a deluxe sample of it, but it's plenty here also. This is a little bit on the lighter end of bronzers. It doesn't show up too much. So it's gonna be something that I wear when I am paler outside. You can see that? Yeah, it's looking a little ashy there. It's not super pigmented, so it just looks more natural and it blends really well. The next one I have to show you is actually a cream highlight, and this is by Urban Decay, and it's their Brown Sugar Cream Highlight. So it looks like this. This is actually a pretty unique color. It's a pewter like bronze, which sounds weird, but that is a swatch of it there. So you can see it has a more gray undertone to it, but I love using this across the tops of my cheeks. You look like, I don't know, it's a stronger highlight, so it kind of makes you look like a, I don't know, like a fairy. It just makes your skin look radiant, and this is so creamy. Your fingers just like slide through it and then it sets to a really nice powder finish. Okay, and the next one I have is NYX's Illuminating Bronzer in the color Magnetic. This one's pretty interesting. It's a more of a peach, but it has really chunky glitter in it. However, when you apply it to your face, you don't really get much of that glitter. It kind of falls off, but it's a really natural highlight that has a peach undertone to it there. So I would use this mainly on the tops of my cheeks, not so much as a bronzer because it might look a little ashy because it is a little bit light, but as a highlight, it's really gorgeous. Okay, now we're down to my top 4 favorite bronzers ever. The 4th place goes to Lorac's Wow for Tantalizer bronzing powder. I got this in a set last summer, so I don't know if they make it, so I apologize if they don't. But it looks like this. It had a gold spray overlay on top of it, and I've kind of tried to leave it on that side, but underneath is this bronze color here. It's really soft and pigmented, and here's a swatch of it right here. So I like using, there you can see it. I like using these on days where I'd want like minimal makeup and I just want my skin to look really healthy and glowy. And so I like the way that that one looks because it provides a really pretty natural sheen to it. Okay, 3rd place goes to, this is another limited edition product. I really apologize for having all of these limited edition products. This is NYC's Blushable Cream Stick in Bronze Radiance. Everybody was raving about these blushable cream sticks a couple years ago, and now you hardly hear anybody talk about them, do you? Anyway, so this one looks like that. How amazing is that? So it's really soft and creamy. It blends like a dream. It provides a gorgeous golden highlight. NYC products are extremely inexpensive. So I love wearing this one. Okay, my number 2 favorite bronzer ever is Makeup Forever's Matte Bronze in the shade 20 or 40. It's the deeper one. And it looks like this. I finally hit pan on it. Not like I wanted to, because this thing is a little bit more on the expensive side. But this one to me is really nice for women of color. A lot of times bronzers and contours don't really show up, you know, when you have darker skin, but this one, it works really, really well. It's a very, very smooth powder, extremely pigmented. It blends like a dream. It lasts all day. It's super soft. So that's the color. So that's a swatch of it right there. And it blends out perfectly. I am obsessed with this bronzer. I use it, I swear I used it like every single day last summer. Okay, and my all-time favorite bronzer, luckily, is not a discontinued or limited edition product, and it's Sonia Kashuk's Goddess Illuminating Bronzer. I found this last summer and it is amazing. So it looks like this, and it has this really cool snakeskin reptilian looking package, well, design to it. It kind of looks like those extra dimension MSFs by MAC. Anyway, so that is a swatch of it right there. So this provides the best highlight bronze shade ever. That's it right there. So if I tilt it down, you can see you could bronze with it, contour with it, and then it's an awesome highlighter when it hits the sunlight too. And then the packaging is really nice because it actually comes with this huge mirror and a brush here that, I don't know, it wouldn't work very well. The only thing is that you need a very dense brush to pick this product up, because it's not like a typical powder when you rub it. It's pretty packed in there and soft. So it would take a little working to get out, but it's an amazing color payoff. I love it. Okay, so those were all of my, alright, so that's my entire bronzer collection. You can see here and what I store it in. But I hope that that gave you a little insight on some different options, some creams, some ones that work as highlighters and bronzers, drugstore, high-end, things that are gonna work for different skin tones. And so, I don't know, now you can go out and look sun-kissed all year round. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.